Hello everyone. Today we're going to deal with a drug which belongs to the plant kingdom, and it is Rhus toxicodendron. It is also known as the poison ivy. The tincture is prepared by the fresh leaves which are gathered at the sunset just before flowering, and it belongs to the family Anacardiaceae. It was brewed by Dr. Hahnemann and it was published in second edition of Materia Medica Pura. Dufresnoy of Valenciennes was the first person to use it as a medicine to treat herpetic eruption, which has been there in a person for about 6 years who was accidentally poisoned by poison ivy. It was used in the year 1798. The tincture contains reutanic acid and toxicodendric acid. Before we continue, I would like to remind you to subscribe to the channel and tap on the bell icon to get yourself notified on the videos being uploaded, and don't forget to leave your comments down below. A peculiarity of this plant is that the active agent that causes the skin irritation, the toxicodendric acid, increases in potency at the night during damp or cloudy weather and in June and July. So those who care for doctrine of signature will not fail to connect the cardinal aggravations of Rhus tox at night and from damp with the increased virulence of the plant at night and in damp atmosphere. Now we're going to see the causation. Slightest anger, cold from wetting head, damp sheets, getting wet when heated, overexertions, overlifting, raising arms high to lift things, drinking ice water, beer which causes headache. Let us see the generalities. The main sphere of action of Rhus tox is skin, joints, fever, and nerves. It acts as an irritating agent to the skin, affects fibrous tissues like ligament and joints, like rheumatic symptoms, infective agent that produces typhoid-like symptoms, affection of nerves causing paralytic effects, a sort of mild paralysis. Symptoms appear on the left or go from left to right. Pains are tearing, shooting, stitching, and aggravated at night, cannot rest. Parts feel sore, bruised, and stiff. Twitching of muscles, mucous discharges are acrid, rusty red. Cellulitis, inflammation and swelling of long bones that have a feeling of scraping and gnawing. Rheumatism in cold season, post-operative complications, soreness of prominent projection of bones, paralysis after unwanted exertion. The fever of Rhus tox. The striking causation of Rhus tox is from getting wet, especially in rain. Typhoid-like fevers, red tip of tongue, urticaria during fever, chills as if dashed with cold water, or there is a sensation of cold water in veins preceded by cough alternating with heat. Chills in single part, heat with delirium, heat after chill, often with concomitant sweat, and there is also a relief of accompanying symptoms and pains in limbs. Neck and back. Stiffness of nape of neck with painful tension when moving, interscapular pain aggravated by swallowing, contractive or breaking backache that is ameliorated by hard pressure, walking about, or bending backwards. Coccyx aches into thigh. Next, we're going to see extremities. Numbness and pricking in limbs, swollen ankles after too long, particularly in traveling, hot painful swelling of joints, cramps in calves, stiffness of limbs, paralyzed sensation, pricking like pins in tip of fingers, pain along the ulnar nerve, soreness of condyles of bones, involuntary limping. Now let us see the characteristics. Aching of left arm with heart disease, vesicular and pustular eruption with burning and itching, putting hands out of bed covers which brings cough, restless at night, have to change position frequently, pain on first motion after rest, complaints after getting wet in rain while overheated, typhoid like fevers. One of the trio of restlessness is Rhus tox. So now let us move on to the circulatory system. Hypertrophy, palpitation from overexertion, pulse, quick, weak, irregular, intermittent with numbness of left arm, and there is a trembling and palpitation while sitting still, indicated in uncomplicated hypertrophy, that is without any valvular lesions, and it is given infrequently in athletes and people who handle heavy machinery. In heart disease, the left arm and the shoulder are numb. There is a weak feeling in chest. So these are the remedies and during the heart complaints which have in case of aconite, there's a tingling sensation in finger and anxiety, and calmia, left arm and shoulder numb, cactus which has a constrictive sensation about heart, pulsatilla, numbness particularly in elbow, and that is in case of a hypertrophy of right ventricle, and an actia, there is a sensation as if the arm is bandaged to the body. So now let us take at the factors that causes ameliorations. Continued motion, heat, rubbing, nosebleed, stretching of limbs, change of position, warm, dry weather. Aggravations of rustux are first motion during rest, wet, rainy weather, getting wet, after midnight, before storms, on rising from seat or bed. Relations of rustux are inimical to epismel and complementary to bionia. So before I conclude, I would like to add on a Thirukural. உற்றவன் தீர்ப்பான் மருந்தலைச் செல்வான் என்று அப்பால் நாற்கூரே மருந்து. Medical science consists of 4 parts: patient, physician, medicine, and the person who prepares the medicine.